Alright, welcome back to Timberborn. It's funny, I was really actually excited to play this game last time. I am thoroughly looking forward to Iron Teeth. So we are going to play this next series with Iron Teeth, and we are going to choose a different map. 1,000 Islands. Oh, that seems fairly interesting. Lakes, I like the lakes. Meander, yep, that could be a mountain range. Looks pretty cool. Canyon. Terraces. Oh, that looks interesting. I think we'll go lakes. Let's play the lakes. That should provide plenty of water. And because we are going to be going on hard mode this time around. A few things to learn and explore with this new clan of beavers, new tribe, new breed. We'll see how we go. I think there's looking at the other one, there's some unique buildings to the faction, so there'll be no doubt some unique buildings to here, and we will call this Ecom 2. And the first thing that we're going to do is pause. Alright, let's have a look at our map. Oh, alright, okay. And I believe the water is coming, yep, from the right now. And yeah, I prefer to look at the map this way around. Oh, there's our water source. And some scrap metal. Oh, okay, there's mine and scrap metal together, and that has water. And there's an exit point, and that's got a nice big pond. And we could even look at damming all that up and pushing all the water back. It just means we would of course have to build a lot of levees to protect the current settlement. But that's alright, we could always explode down. It will take longer to do, of course. Which does bring up an idea of leveling up, damming off one end and leveling the whole thing up and seeing how much water we get, although I don't know what will happen, whether it will run out the sides here. It most likely will. What else have we... oh, there's a scrap metal and mine together, and another exit point. So we could certainly utilise that. That's got a fairly deep section. We'd have to get water in through the middle, which wouldn't be an issue, I don't think. We could explode this one, have water come down this way and that way, so it falls that way. That is handy to know. Right. Excellent. Okay, and down this way we've got a lot of... oh, there's another good spot. And another exit point, which is not currently being used. Okay. And that would require just one demolishing of one barrier. And we could certainly build that up. Alright, so... first things we're going to need are food and water. And I reckon I'm going to want to access the other... there's not a lot of flat area in there. In the first plains one we had a lot of flat area to build in. And we have a step down. Yes, we do. Okay. So we're probably going to want to dam that off and dam this one off. And we can either put power here or here. And we want to put power ideally behind our dams, I think. Alright, so do we have dams? We do. So we're going to put some dams straight across there to start with, because that's going to hold water in here. But not in here. So this might be our main forest down in the bottom left. And power, we'll put our industry over here where this forest is. We can clear that out pretty quick, I think. I reckon that would be a good idea, and we might want to utilise as much of that area as possible. So let's put our path across the top. And this of course comes out the side, so we'll need a little path just in there. And power. Ooh. We want to try and divvy this up as best we can now. carrots, they can do a couple of plots per farm, I think. Or is it just the one? I'm going to have a quick look at my notes and have a quick drink. And we will get back into designing our first settlement. Okay, and it doesn't look like we really have written that down anywhere, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure from memory, these carrots only take something like 4 days to grow. So we obviously need the berries as well. Let's have a look. So this is going to be, we don't have stairs yet, that's okay. So this is going to be a good spot to put a path there. And we're going to want a path up here as well. And some farming. And the farms can probably sit, we don't want them too far from our plots. So I don't mind losing a little bit of farmland for plots. And I reckon we're going to want to come down and go across the side there as well. Get to the other side. We might make our timber and lumber industry over there, and what will we need next? Explosives I think might be a good idea, because I believe if we have a look at our water pump, it has a depth of 6. So we could blow this out and make this one a big reservoir eventually. Until we get there, we were going to need to protect it. And we want to make this forest as well, so we want to... we probably want to come over here. Actually, we could make this all our farming. Put some power in here for some grist mills to turn the wheat into flour. Now let's have a quick look at our grist mills, and it is a 1-to-1 ratio, so we can put wheat and cattail in, and that's actually, if we put cattail and spaddock in here, that'll bring water further in, and we'll be able to utilize more of this land. So let's put a dam, because I think what I'm thinking is if we dam that, it'll hold it in this section here, but if we dam this to hold it back in here, there is no other rising point, so it'll flow backwards and it will drop down there and completely disappear. Yep, there's no other rising points. Okay, so we want to probably shortest distance across there. Okay. And the same over here, shortest distance is probably going to be across here. That should work right there, and that's gone. So we could always blow in here and put some water catchers at the back, I guess, and bring it over. Alright, so we have a bit of a rough plan, and we obviously need to get directly over here for building purposes. So let's put our path in from there all the way across, and when we get stairs, we will put stairs in there, and then we can, of course, we won't have to go that high probably. Path there. And a path down to, need to leave room for some steps. There you go, that works good. And I think we can reach 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll probably do right there. Okay. And if we're going to store water up here, we're obviously going to have to get floodgates at some point too. Now, landscaping of floodgates, 150 sites. So that's probably going to want to be one of our earlier our earlier science investments, I guess we could call it. We will need floodgates so that we can, when this drains into here, well, we can actually block this section off when this dries out. If we, for whatever reason, pump too much water out of here, because I want to put our pumps down here to begin with. We could put them up there, but there's not much point to it, really. We want to utilize. We might have some, depending how far our forester and our lumberjack might reach pretty well all the way down here. If there's a little bit of room, we could always put some more, but then we've got to cart it, of course. I would rather put a tank in probably here somewhere and cart it directly up. Actually, we might even move this path all the way over here to this next section. We'll look at that in a second when we work out our plot sizes. So that's gonna work. We need so we need a path coming down to build in here as well. Alright, and I reckon that that should just about reach that. Alright, and of course we'll put in some dams. We will need one there, won't we? Yep. Okay, and delete one. And a floodgate can go in there, and we'll delete one here, and a floodgate can go in there, and one in there, and I'm going to actually set them to 0 after we've drained this, so that as soon as the drought is over and the water returns, we get it as quickly as possible. Alright, let's work out where our farm plots are going to go. Now, one will be there, which will be that one. To there, which will be that one. That's one. That's actually 2 there. Okay. So it's that back section. So we want the path to come down there and cross at that point. Right, so we can delete this one. Yes, delete. Okay. Alright, so we want the path to cross there. So water, we need some water pumps, so let's put a couple in. One of them we'll put on pause with a mediocre requirement. One of them we're going to put both on high. Alright, now the farming heights. Now if we utilise this space, because we've got quite a bit across there, we want 1, 2 up, so that is basically 2 sections in there, and we can probably, well, that's we'll leave it there for now. We can always move before we hit play again. We will of course preference that just in case we don't move him and forget. Alright, so housing, because if we're going to have lumber there and there, we're going to want some well-being for these guys, so let's put a tooth grindstone in there. Now the reason I place this is 5 logs. You might as well. It's going to improve everything straight off the bat pretty well. So we can put housing in there. We have an, oh, look at that. This is made for it. Okay, so they can go down, they can transfer power, which is handy. Now we're going to want to put in a lumber flag over here. He'll grab all of that. Now we're going to need to also collect berries actually while we are here. Let's put a path in there so that both of our water pickups have power connection. And we're going to want to put, actually he can sit there, there we go, perfect, look at that, you can collect all those berries. Alright, now something different with these guys I believe, when I looked at the housing, is this breeding pod. They will not breed with the campfire like the other ones, or where the campfire improves fertility. But I'll tell you what, well-being campfire, what's that to have? 15 logs. We'll put that in there. And these are all your basic standard priority, so as other things come up that we want to build, we can put more people on it. Not a problem at all. What do we start with? So we've got plenty for 4 workers in there to begin with, and they'll 2 will come in here, which will be 6 and 7. So it's only really our lumber flag that we have to worry about, and there is a natural staircase up here. So where would the best lumber... Oh, what have we... Well, actually, what have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh, okay. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it down 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So we want him on this line as best as possible. Is that the line we want? Yeah, it's the line we want right there. Okay. And we want to get over to... I think we'll start him up here for now, and remember we have to go 2 down from this one in order to get the best position. So we'll put 1 there, and now we need to log. So let's take out all that section with that path. We don't need to go that big. There we go. All the way down to that path. We got some spare up there, and we got some spare down here. We got some spare down here. We will at some point put a path through here, I think. So we got a lumber, and we do, and all we need to do now is chop down absolutely everything in that area, and we will put the priority, if I can find it, there it is, on that one. And we'll chop that down first so we can start our industry, and then we'll get into this one, and our industry being our lumber mills and our gears, and then our wood workshop. We'll all go there, and they can actually feed off. If we make this forest and that forest, they can feed off both. That should work pretty good. Alright, so we will need some breeding pods, but we won't want them immediately. 10 logs. Oh, there we go. 1 there, 1 there. And we can actually put them quite nicely in here, look. 1 there. Let's turn that one around. No, let's delete that one altogether. 1 there, 1 there. Oh, we're gonna have a gap. That's actually, no, we're not. No, we are not. That one can stay because we have to get into this second one here. Now, the reason I'm having so many is that at some point we are going to want to grow our population quite large, I would imagine. Well, not quite large, but we'll want to get some more people. And let's put a pause on... No, I don't want to delete. I want to pause all these buildings because we don't need them yet. It's not going to be until we get other districts, and then this will, with that berry patch right there, I think this will be, and the one across the river, of course. This is going to be our breeding section, as well as our construction materials section. So each time we get a new district, we will be sending people over here. Now I am going to pause this recording for just a second, and my lovely wife has got home, and we'll be back. Alright, and we are back. Now, isn't it funny? Well, it's actually not funny, it's kind of sad how one person can turn a job you love, you enjoy going to and look forward to going to, into a job that you sort of wonder why you bother turning up to anymore. The world is not in the best of places at the moment, I'm afraid. But anyway, there's always hope for the future, that is definitely for sure. Alright, now before I forget, we need to get some sites. And we'll put these guys over here out of the way for now. Probably want a water tank to store some water. Well, I'll go that way. Yeah, because we want... Yeah, we'll put it here for now. It's not that far to bring it out to it, and it's a fair hike, but we'll end up putting... What the plan is we'll have... we want to get potatoes as quickly as possible, so we'll start with carrots. And actually, we will want to increase our populations, so both of these can go up, but they can actually go up after these and before the inventors, because we have a limited number of people. That one can stay down. That one is up because we want to use that first, and then we will log this one over here, and by then we'll be getting close to being able to log this one over here as well. Now, our gathering flags and lumberjack flags cost us absolutely nothing to put in, so we will do that. Now, it's a little bit... I don't know. I don't want the farms too far, because they will eventually... We'll get haulers to go from the farms to our warehouses. Oh, wrong button. There we go. What have we got in here? We've got 4. So we could put steps in to get up on top, as well as platforms. If we turned him this way, we would get 2 farms in there, and we could utilize. But we don't want to wipe out all our berries, because I'm pretty sure when I clicked on it, yep, berries. So they will need berries. So having a little berry patch up here, and as we crank up all of them, which we may end up deleting a lot of these, 4 might be enough. Look, I did check the wiki about some of the differences between the 2 clans, and anywhere from 8 to 32, I think it was, something like that. Let's pull up the other computer, and yeah, let's have a look. Timberborn, and they are called a breeding pod. And there is a little table on the internet, on the wiki fandom, for Timberborn breeding pods. Okay, bonus to life expectancy, no bonuses, number of beavers it can sustain is 8, and we have 8, so we want 1, so that's why we've got 2, so we can go up to 16. We will need the second house eventually, but we will get there. And if you have everything, 1 pod can sustain 32. So maybe we have too much. Carrots is 12 and housing is 12. So we should be able to maintain 24 with these 2 guys. And we're probably going to need 3, 6, 7, 8... 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, let's say 26. So yeah, okay, with housing and carrots, 24 could be a possibility. The carrots and housing together is 16, which makes 32 all up, and then all foods and housing goes up 19.2. The following table shows the theoretical maxima. In an actual playthrough, you will still slightly below the reported numbers. You will stay slightly below the reported numbers. Okay. So carrots and housing, which is what we're going to have, is 16, which is 32. So we will probably want to maybe just the 4, and we can use these as steps to get up to more housing, because we have 30 at the moment. So we'll probably end up deleting a lot of these. We can even turn these into medical beds and put a medicine person up the back. We've got dandelions down here. These will of course all grow out at some point. But I think as forest wise, we'll probably want this one as our main feed. We might put paper down here, and we'll put farming over here, and then we can put our grist mills. There's a lot of land there for farming. We'll get a lot of blocks, a lot of sections in there. They don't have beehives like the other clan did to increase the amount of food, unfortunately, but that's alright. We still get a lot. We can get an aqua farm and plenty of normal farming over here. So we'll leave this as carrots and berries, and we might even just leave that as a berry patch and make this side carrots here. And if we're going to have that many, and we are going to be suggesting that the this particular district will be supplying food to the other districts, so they can focus on their construction and production, particularly I think it's over, yeah, this one here, which we want to set up as a golem manufacturing golems site, and then we can bring it, we'll boost this up to 24 hours for now, work time, and then hopefully eventually we can put that down to 0 and have golems doing everything. And we'll probably just, I think between the two we should be right, and we can just have a nice little settlement in here, plenty of room for water tanks, food. That's the other thing, so these might be a bit high for the food warehouse. We will quickly put the path in there. It's a bit of a waste, unfortunately, with them. Yeah, I'm really not actually overly happy with that. We really want the pathway one closer, and put facing up our main food storage, and we can have water, so they can come out of their houses and have something to drink and something to eat before going back to work. And we can even come around the top and then down the other side. We don't have water tanks yet, but I do know that they are that size, so we can indeed put a path there. And for now, we can always delete it later. We'll put that there, and let's grab delete buildings, and we'll incorrect. Let's actually leave them in for now, because that's a small cheap water storage, and then we can actually put our first main water tank in behind. That will work quite well, I think. And we want to put our food storage up here, and whether we come across here or across here, probably, I mean, do they slow down through water? Is there a depth that they can't go to? No, we're yet to see, so it doesn't really matter where they come across. I'm putting the main food storage here now. As they bring potatoes over, they want to bring them one at a time, because if we have a look, one potato turns into 4 grilled, and 1 chestnut, which we will probably have in here or here. And for maple pastries, we'll split this half and half, and we could even put our bakeries just here. And it's pretty sure it's 2 grist mills to 1 bakery, and we can have one doing bread and one doing maples. And we can have a storage underneath for our wheat flour and our maple syrup and our bread and our maple pastries, and bake above and store below, and then we can just bring that will actually work out really well. Okay, especially with our grist mills being powered off of here, and maybe even here, because we can lift the path up to the center and bring it across there, get a bridge. Won't take up much of the land space. Alright, I just have to now try and remember that that is our plan. Yeah, we'll see how we go. So we can certainly put farm housing, because we can grow underneath, directly underneath this farmhouse we can grow. So let's put him in this way. And how far over do we have to come? We have to come to there or there. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, that's 2 farmhouses to take care of all the carrots in here. I think that should work out okay. And we'll just be doing carrots, so whatever storage we get in here can take all of the food types. Nice and close. We could even put it in here. We'll see. Let's see how that works out up to the top. Yep. So we could actually put the storage there and the water above it, or vice versa. Put the water here, and that's storage there, isn't it? Because that is 3. Maybe this water tower isn't 3 by 3, but is actually a 2 by 3. Let's have a quick look. Water tank is what we're after, isn't it? Water storage. There we go. That'll do. Where is the water? Let's see what that brings up. Water, and we want storage water tanks. Thank you very much. Large water tank. And it is a 3 by 2. So we don't need that one at all. That one. Or that one. As we know, we have it 3 wide and 3 by. So that is one tank in itself. There's another one, and another one, and another one. Okay, so unless we put a path through the middle, which we could certainly possibly do, and have the tanks slightly separated. We would want to put our storage unit. We might just leave that for now. So we definitely want water there, because that's the closest to bring it up. And with food, carrots coming from here, but the main food will be coming from here. So we may even put our main food storage at the top and put water tanks in underneath. And yeah, if we have to, we'll just put a path between the two, and then we can always build out here, though we're not sure what we're going to put out there yet. But I think that's probably a good spot for the farmhouses. We'll leave this side here for berries. We will eventually delete and put, I think looking at it, another 2. 1, 2, yeah, we can get 4 water pumps in there. That should supply us with probably 30 plus beavers. So we will go with that for now. And we want to put in some carrots. Let's just do that. That I think is going to give us 3. Yep, looks like 3 across there. So we got plenty of room to build other things in here, and we could even put power there. But well, we're going to put a dam in here. That would still work. That would definitely still work. So right, we have water and provisions for maintaining it through the longer droughts. We are on hard mode, so it is a bit of a concern, I must admit. And food, 2 farms, that looks about 2, maybe 3 plots worth. I'm going on the 7x7 with the beehive in the middle. Obviously produced pretty much what I worked out. It's probably not double, but it seemed to be double the output. They seem to grow twice as quick almost. And 1 farm could maintain 1 carrot. I did have it, oh well, to be honest and correct, I thought I had it written down somewhere. But yes, so carrots, 1 farm can do 100, which is 2 plots, it's 10 by 10, so we could almost fill this entire thing with carrots. And potatoes 150, which was 3 plots because each one's 7 by 7 is 49, minus the beehive in the middle is 48. And this is pre-beehive, these numbers, so 1 beehive to carrot plot of 48 per farm. 2 farms would do 2, so we should be pretty good. We should have plenty of food, plenty of water. We can always turn this on later. We will bump 1 of them up, and the second one, we'll see how we go. I think most importantly, we want to get things set up. These water tanks can probably drop in preference a little bit, as can the campfire place. Everything else is on pause. And one of my inventors I definitely want early, get some science in, and the other one can stay as is. Alright, let's hit the go fast button, and we shall see what happens. We have 90 berries with us, so that's yeah, that's alright. Construction lacks material for, well, that number's already gone down. That's because all the buildings that we have already put down, and that is a slow. Yeah, that's fine. Dam across the bottom is good. We don't want to let water out, certainly not until we get something else set up. And we're going to have a path there, so that has to be a dam. So anything else, we need to maintain water in here to look after our farmland and our berries, and then water in here to look after our forest and our future farmland. And of course the water in here will help to maintain this forest as well. And we don't have any housing yet, and that's set low. That's set low, good. So really, oh, we already got a water pump up and running, and he's already maxed out. Good. All right, so we will crank up the tank. We should have done that originally, to be honest. But we've got 102 because we do have a gather's flag for berries. Excellent, and he actually he needs to go at least there, I would think, to maintain those, especially for our breeding pods, maintain that supply of berries. And we have this this lumberjack working away, so we can set that up, and that'll give us a stockpile of 40 logs. Now the guys have a different log pile, which we could probably, yeah, we would want to set one up here, I guess. Maintain our grills, so 1 log pile, or 2 log piles probably, over here, and 1 over here somewhere for the bakeries. We don't want them having to go to get their wheat flour, so we may have to sacrifice a little bit of land, or perhaps build platforms just in here. and we can have a storage. Now the storage is what, 201,000. 1,000's a lot. But we are going to be talking about, that's 250 minus what these guys produce. So that's going to be, what have we got? 2 aquatics, potatoes and flour. Let's have a look at here. Sunflower, no, not really. Potatoes, yep. Wheat, yep. The 2 aquatics, wheat, and potatoes. 4 carrots will be elsewhere, and then they're going to have 2 lots of flour, so that's 6. 6 into 1,000 is better than 6 into 200 because well, most of them are going to be here, and then only the flour components will come to here. So maybe we could get away with 200. We could have 50 cattail flour, 50 wheat flour, and we're going to have 3 bakeries all together. One for maples, which will probably come off this end, so that the chestnuts can run straight in, and we can have a chestnut griller somewhere in here, maybe here, or in here perhaps, if we get rid of some of these pods. Maybe we'll move the grindstone and put a path down into a griller there. Do we have a griller? Oh, we can, and the path is, yep, see, so that would work. He would sit in there quite nicely, and we could have we need to gather his flag. So there's a lot that we want to put in here. Now for food, with the grills and the, we're running along, so let's just turn the speed down a little bit. We are at 30, so we've got this water tank up, we've got those 2 up and running, though they don't have it, they'll do that when they're in their free time, so we won't have to knock the work hours down for that. The inventor is up and running, beautiful. We are getting science, excellent. So I worked out in the last place, and this is on normal mode, that 2 grist mills feeds 1 bakery, and we're going to need 3 bakeries. So that's 6 grist mills we're going to have set up, 3 and 3, all powered away, and I guess we could build 2, but we really only want the 1 storage unit. We'll see how that pans out. And then as far as the bakeries go, I think it's what have we got here? I have to try and figure out my notes again, which is not necessarily the best way to go. I got a record of 2 bread mills and 4 cattail mills, and then 1 bread baker. No, that can't be right. I'll have to figure it out. I thought I had 4 grist mills to 3 cattail pastry bakeries. So we might just go with the 2-to-1 ratio for both and see what happens, see what builds up and what doesn't. Okay, so we can pause this now. We've got some trees still growing, but let's get, because I probably missed my opportunity to get our path through there. We've got plenty of water, and these guys will be getting built. Yeah, let's speed one of them up, and this guy, Let's have the 2 running if possible. Either 2 or none, I guess, is probably the better option. And we got another farm to build. Actually, we want him up because we want to get lots of food. We have no food, and 4 kits have grown up, so we really need this farmhouse to kick in. Let's just make sure we are bringing, yeah, we are still bringing logs there. Okay, good. And it looks like they are hungry, and I don't blame them, and that's 81%. Okay, so they'll start popping up shortly. 82, 3, yeah. Not long, and we'll get some. Oh, yeah, we got a gatherer's flag, and there is someone there, so they should be collecting berries, and it looks like they're all getting eaten. Which is fine. Those berries should self-replicate and fill out this whole section. I suppose we should probably have built the road a little bit further up so we can demolish, bring the water up one and bring it right up to the back of our district centre up here. Interesting that it's on that angle facing this way. I'd much rather it was the other way. We could actually probably delete that and replace it facing it the other way, which would give us 3 and 2 in here. That could definitely be an interesting option, because we could move the storage over just that little bit and have 2 and maybe have another farm in there facing the other way. Let's just see, for argument's sake, can we plant across there? We definitely can, so our berries can come up to the back of that, and we could definitely put a farm. Just a little bit of a road and just sacrifice the one spot and put another farm in here. Or utilise that space, although they have only planted on the 2 extremities. Okay, so berries will definitely grow up the back there. So 3 by 3 would not take up any of our planting area. 1, 2, 3. And would 2 by 2 take up any? It doesn't look like. Oh yes, and they're going to plant one of those, so we would lose 1 spot. And we could probably put our chestnut grill there and put our chestnut gatherer here, so he really has not far to go at all. And our gatherer's flag, we can focus on chestnuts and fill it with 20, and he can just come and grab them as he wishes. Chestnuts, I haven't really done much research on how quickly or anything they will be produced, so let's just have a quick look at chestnuts. Oh, there's Timberborn sheets, we won't be looking at that one. Okay, blah blah blah. Three chestnuts every 8 days, so we need a lot of them. But it does not comment on quantities or ratios, which is an interesting thing. So I am gonna save right here, and we will call this episode 1. Save game, yes, and we are going to delete this and come into here. and put it the other way. And have our 4 workers back in there. There we go. And has anything happened? No, it has not. Excellent. So we'll overwrite the pause. We'll overwrite that save, and we're done. Alright. So we'll leave it there. We have water and we have food just starting to come in with carrots. We will put a storage in here. Actually, while we're here, we can now delete that. We should have moved that originally to begin with. We've got to even put it up the back, I guess. Put more farms in here. That is a very good option, isn't it? 3 by 3, we could almost put it in here. Because we had 6 down there, I think it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could actually have district centre in the middle. Sorry, our main food storage in the middle. Our district centre up the top. That would reduce the reach down this way, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. So we might even look at that, at moving our district centre. We'll have 1 tank. See, then we could put more tanks straight up behind the back here. They're 3 long. It would, oh, we'd have to put 1 this way, I guess. And put the other 2 straight up the back. 3 and 3, and that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 water tanks. I will consider that over dinner. We have plenty of reach this way. Stairs come out that way. Be plenty of reach that way. It's yeah, not overly concerned about that, especially if we end up over here. And we do have to blow that one. So by moving it up here, we would have further to come, but if we went that way, maybe we'll leave it there for now, and we'll put our storage in, and then we'll leave this 3 vacant and just contemplate what it is that we will do with that. So we'll, no, wrong button, this one, we'll just clear that out. And our other farm, what is happening with you? 325 logs. Yeah, everything takes logs, so let's make you the highest priority. That lumberjack flag will not quite actually get all of that, so let's move him really quickly, and he'll get across to the bottom too. That will be handy. I didn't even think of that, did I? Now we've got a free road, or room to put our road through, and then we can use that to yeah, to set up this area down here. Okay, we'll do that. And yep, he's got road. Excellent. So we can now delete that and high prioritize both of them. Beautiful. Alright. The design is slowly coming together, so we could still put a big tank down here and just farm in behind it. That really wouldn't be an issue. I could just run straight across and go straight in. Pretty sure it's bottom right hand corner when it's that way, where they come into it. That we can delete the planting area for now. We have a bit of an indication as to where that goes. We'll let the berries come up to there. And if we get enough up the top, we can always clear the bottom and put tanks across the bottom and turn this whole thing into farmland. And I think we got 3, is it across there? Yep, we've got 3 across here. All our construction can go. That'll be the next thing we're going to need is our lumber mill. We're looking forward to seeing these big water wheels that they have, and the engines, which sound, we don't have windmills, but we do have engines which are a bit more reliable. So that's a good source of power. And we have our first drought incoming right now, so this is actually probably a good place to save it for the end of the first episode. And we'll see how we handle the drought with what we have, including our carrots. And speaking of which, we should probably have had this built by now to maintain the water. So well, hopefully it's not a long one. We could be in a bit of trouble, so let's save it there. Overwrite, save, and that'll be it. We'll see what happens when we return.